Welcome to another week of new comics. Sorry, content's been kind of dry over here. I've just been busy finding content to do a bunch of times during the day on the other channel. It takes a long time. I'm going to start putting more content up over here again, though. Just be patient. It's not going to be crazy stuff. It's just going to be general news stories that I'm interested in, like things that I find, kind of like the Darth Vader mask thing that I found when people were paying like $200,000 for it. So this will be a more relaxed channel. So the comic books aren't going anywhere as well. I know they're not the biggest hit, but I like doing them. And yeah, so there you go. I was going to do this first. I'll save my opinions on that. But I wanted to read this first. So Superior Spider-Man, issue 12, kind of pulled a Walking Dead. So the book's, I guess, over. It's done with. And I'll get to why, but it really sucks because this book was really hitting its stride. It was getting really good. I mean, it was never terrible, but over the past 4 or 5 issues, this book has really upped its game and probably been, I think, the better Spider-Man book on the market. But that's it, 12 issues, man. Sucks. It's the end of the character. I really liked Superior Spider-Man. I thought the concept of a villain, beating Spider-Man and like taking up his mantle, that was really, really interesting concept. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I knew it wasn't going to last. But I can tell you what it was. It was a very original idea. It was probably Dan Slott's greatest idea. Not that he doesn't have many. This was definitely, he didn't write this, but the character was definitely his best work. Hands down. And when they brought the character back, I was really happy. They had him around when Spider-Geddon. And now they had him in this book for 12 issues, but I think that's pretty much it. There's a Legacy 45. So in 45 issues, I have all 45. It's my favorite. One of my favorite comic book runs was this. So Mephisto showed up. What happened was Spider-Man's, who was in Spider-Geddon, and the Norman Osborn Spider-Man show up, and they take a kid that Superior Spider-Man was working with. He was trying to help him get his grades up, and he was, doing something that Peter Parker would do. And he was afraid of Norman Osborn for a lot of reasons. One, Norman Osborn, that's the guy who effectively made Otto take himself out in the original run, and he was afraid of him. So he decided to go back to how he used to be. He makes a deal with Mephisto. Mephisto shows up. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll help you beat him. I'll turn you back into what you used to be. And essentially, he turns him back into Otto Octavius and takes him out of his old body. This is the old body right here. And he takes it out. This ends up, though it gives him the advantage, he ends up beating Norman Osborn, well, the fake Norman, and really screws him up. He crushes his bones and stuff. It was pretty interesting. But nonetheless, he becomes evil again. Well, I don't know if he's evil. They left it kind of ambiguous. So he goes back to see Anna, that old lady he was into. And he's like, look, I'm back. I'm a bad guy again. And they're trying to tell him, you're still a good man. You're still a good person. And, she's like, the woman he was dating is like, I don't care about that. I want you, because he was saying, the other guy was fit and rich and stuff. You couldn't love this old guy. And he ends up, taking off like, oh, I'm evil again. But as he's leaving, he's crying. It's really good character development for the character. At the end of the book, he goes to the funeral of Elliot Thomas, and that's it. It ends. He puts this Superior Spider-Man costume in the garbage, and he walks away, kind of like that iconic cover where Peter Parker gives up being Spider-Man. And that's it, man. They didn't even solicit that this was going to be the final issue. He says that Otto Octavius, they have a letter from here, we will meet again, or whatever. So I don't know if they're going to have him go back to being a villain. They kind of wiped the slate clean, saying he doesn't remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and all this stuff. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with it, but it kind of sucks because that was years of storytelling with that character now that's kind of thrown away for the status quo to have Dr. Octopus go back. I know a lot of people are going to be happy to have that villain back, but I really enjoyed this character, and it's sad to see him go, but it was a fun ride. Anyway, I'm sure this will be collected into one graphic novel. Obviously, I think you should go back and read the original run with an open mind, especially now that it's over. I think it was really good stuff. Anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.